The consultation was free, the advice invaluable. I learned about restraining orders, cease and desist letters, legal ways to protect myself. But I also learned that courts rarely take emotional abuse seriously. Without physical violence or explicit threats, my options were limited. The lawyer suggested maintaining distance and documenting everything in case escalation occurred. A week into my new life, I finally opened the box of letters from my father. His handwriting was careful, measured. The early letters were angry, desperate, pleading. Over time, they became sadder, more resigned, but never stopped coming. The most recent was from just 3 months ago. He'd hired a private investigator to find our current address. He knew where I worked, where I lived, but had chosen not to make contact directly. He was waiting for me to be ready, to reach out on my own terms. He'd included his phone number, email, address, all the ways to reach him if I ever wanted to. No pressure, no guilt, just an open door. I stared at that phone number for hours. Jessica sat nearby, not offering advice, just being present. The decision had to be mine, another first in my adult life. I sent an email, short, cautious, testing the waters. Within an hour, he'd responded. Also short, also cautious, but warm. We agreed to exchange a few emails before considering a phone call. Baby steps toward a relationship that had been stolen from both of us. My mother must have been monitoring something because she knew immediately. The texts started again, this time with photos of my father from years ago. Police reports she'd filed. Restraining orders she'd obtained. All fabricated, but official looking enough to plant doubt. She painted him as violent, unstable, dangerous. Said she'd protected me all these years. Said I was making a terrible mistake. She kept copies of 14 years worth of his letters while telling her son he abandoned them. The way she switched from chaos to that cold, calculated reveal is making my brain spin trying to understand her strategy here. The manipulation was obvious now that I could see it, but it still planted seeds of uncertainty. Jessica helped me research. The police reports were real, but the details didn't add up. The restraining orders had been filed but never granted. The court documents told a different story than my mother's version. A father fighting for his son, a mother systematically destroying his efforts. 2 weeks after leaving, I was starting to build routines. Morning coffee at a shop near Jessica's apartment, job hunting in the afternoons, evening walks to process the day. Small things that felt monumental after years of every moment being monitored. My mother adapted again. She started showing up at the coffee shop, sitting across the room, just watching. She'd follow me on walks, staying half a block behind. She found out where Jessica lived and left flowers on the doorstep with cards addressed to me. No threats, no hysteria, just presence. A constant reminder that she was there, waiting, watching. The security guard at Jessica's building started recognizing her. The coffee shop barista asked if the woman staring at me was okay. My new normal was being stalked by my own mother. Jessica suggested changing routines, varying locations, basic safety measures, but we both knew this was unsustainable. I couldn't hide forever. Eventually, I'd have to confront this directly. The opportunity came sooner than expected. I'd gone back to work, unable to afford more time off. My mother had been calling the office repeatedly, but HR had been informed of the situation and screened her calls. I thought I was safe there. I was wrong. She showed up at my workplace dressed like a client, told reception she had an appointment with me, used a fake name. By the time I realized what was happening, she was already in the conference room I'd been sent to. She looked perfect. Professional blazer, subtle makeup, every inch the concerned mother. She'd brought props, medical files, prescription bottles, a folder thick with what looked like official documents. She spoke calmly about my history of mental health issues, the hospitalizations that never happened, the medications I'd never taken, the sewer slide attempts she'd invented. She'd created an entire alternate history where I was unstable, and she was my devoted caregiver.